Babashuaib, the correctional officer, born in Accra, Ghana, a Quranic researcher and a critical thinker based on religion, who does online lectures based on the guidance of the Quran on platforms such as Facebook, YouTube and TikTok since 2018. In Finland, and 13 years, QBE, in Classical Arabic and MSA in Quranic Arabic. The author of the Refer to the Quran, which helps every novice to understand the steps towards understanding the Great Quran and the guidance of God in it. Babashuaib, the correctional officer, born in Accra, Ghana, a Quranic researcher and a critical thinker based on religion, who does online lectures based on the guidance of the Quran on platforms such as Facebook, YouTube and TikTok since 2018. In Finland, and 13 years, QBE, in Classical Arabic and MSA in Quranic Arabic. The author of the Refer to the Quran, which helps every novice to understand the steps towards understanding the Great Quran and the guidance of God in it.
One has to avoid using the left hand to the best of their ability. Maybe the only case that you're grabbing a sandwich, for example, a big cheeseburger. Some of us are fasting, so they were swallowing the saliva when I mentioned the cheeseburger. Man up. It's only a few hours. So you hold the juicy, big, fluffy cheeseburger and you take a bite. You're holding it with both hands. This might be an exception, and Allah knows. One has to avoid using the left hand to the best of their ability. Maybe the only case that you're grabbing a sandwich, for example, a big cheeseburger. Some of us are fasting, so they were swallowing the saliva when I mentioned the cheeseburger. Man up. It's only a few hours. So you hold the juicy, big, fluffy cheeseburger and you take a bite. You're holding it with both hands. This might be an exception, and Allah knows. One has to avoid using the left hand to the best of their ability. Maybe the only case that you're grabbing a sandwich, for example, a big cheeseburger. Some of us are fasting, so they were swallowing the saliva when I mentioned the cheeseburger. Man up. It's only a few hours. So you hold the juicy, big, fluffy cheeseburger and you take a bite. You're holding it with both hands. This might be an exception, and Allah knows. One has to avoid using the left hand to the best of their ability. Maybe the only case that you're grabbing a sandwich, for example, a big cheeseburger. Some of us are fasting, so they were swallowing the saliva when I mentioned the cheeseburger. Man up. It's only a few hours. So you hold the juicy, big, fluffy cheeseburger and you take a bite. You're holding it with both hands. This might be an exception, and Allah knows. One.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Peace be upon you all. Let me see. I think earlier on, YouTube was having an issue, so I was struggling to get it to stream. Let me see if streaming live on YouTube. Okay, yeah. I think the problem is resolved now. Yeah. Okay, I see another problem here. Let me just fix it, because it's showing that I'm streaming. It's showing that one is pending and one is streaming live. Okay, so I need to take one off. Yeah, I've taken one off. Kindly let me know if you can still see me on YouTube, because I think there was a streaming error that I tried fixing. So you let me know in case the you can see me clearly on YouTube. Yeah. Thank you all for coming, ladies and gentlemen. Peace be upon you all. This is babashuaib, the correctional officer. I seek refuge with Allah against the accursed devil. Let me see. Yeah. So this is my way. I invite to Allah by perception, I and whoever follows me, and glory be to Allah, for I am not among the idolaters. Yeah. So thank you all for coming. Let me give some shout outs to all those who have Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. I'm streaming live on 3 platforms. That is from Facebook, from YouTube, and TikTok. Right? So let me give some shout outs. Salam to all those who are coming. We start with Facebook, YouTube. I see Ibrahim, Quran only. I see you, Mike, Adargo, Abdullah Abbas, Abu Sise. Salam to you. Salis Jimmy, Naganka. Salam. Curiously inquisitive. Peace to you. Salam. Oscar Sanya, I see you. Hannah Banana, I see you. Salam to you. And I appreciate the time codes you put on my YouTube page after I finish the lecture. I appreciate that for your effort. God bless you. I see Bimbaz. Yes, Bimbaz, Sister Diana, De Bruna, Isa Watson. Abdul says yes, that's a video you sent. Yes. Mishizi Sniper, salam to you. Dangana Ndagi, Imran Khan, I see you. Salam to you. Abu Thomas, yes, I see you, brother Abu Thomas. Yusuf Jamil, salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Nara Pawa, salam to you. Sister Zainab, I see you. Kaiser, I see you. Saddam Siseke, yes, I see you. Salam. No burger. Yeah, Sam salam to you. Sabri Ibrahim, peace. Yunir Yasin, Michael Flesher, Ibrahim Mohammed. Thank you all for coming. All those who are here, those who are not here, I know other people will be joining later to watch. Mustafa Haidar, thank you all for coming. And for those on TikTok, let me see who are on TikTok. Who are those on TikTok? Kindly share so other people can join. For those on TikTok, I see Nairobi. I see Galamse 1. Yes, I like you too. Thank you. Rahim, salam. So Badi Bunkas, yes, peace be upon you. He says, bro, you are making me laugh. Where are the Sunnis? The Sunnis will be coming soon. I'll be coming live on TikTok. So the Sunnis, I'll give them the chance to come. Yeah, thank you very much, Galamse. I appreciate that. Then we have the Son of God. It says officer. Yes, officer. Thank you. I see a BB. Yes. He says, happy Eid, my old sheikh. My old sheikh. Old sheikh. Okay. I'm not old, though, by the way, please. Brother Muktabul Hussein, long time no see. Salam to you. Long time. I hope you're doing good with your family. Long time, yes. I see Han, salam. It's not time for question and answer yet. I see Lawrence Cron from New Zealand. Salam to you. Thank you for coming. We have Monoki. And I have what? Abundana Pepe. Yeah. I apologize if I couldn't see your name to pronounce. Nur, salam to you. I apologize. Kindly forgive me for that. But I will try my best to get your names right next time. But For those I can see, I've mentioned your names. And for those who are joining later, I appreciate your presence. Thank you. God bless you all. Yeah. So today's program, as you can see, I played a video of Asim Al-Hakim, which normally I see him as a comedian, right? That guy, I've never taken him serious. I've never seen anything of him seriously, right? He's like a comedian. The guy who said, I drink beer and I'm proud of it. He's proud of it, but he later on came out to apologize. Something you are proud of, you don't apologize. I'm serious. So, yes. So thank you all for coming. Abubakar Bangura, Isaac says, Mohammed Diallo, thank you all. Etsu Yangba. Thank you all. I appreciate it. I can't just keep saying salam to everybody because then it will be boring. So I have to move on as a point of time. So thank you all. Yes. So I played this video from Asim Al-Hakim, and you heard what he said concerning and how these people have made the religion seem like a joke, right? Let me play the video one more time. Yeah, so get to hear what Asim Al-Hakim said. Just one more time.
has to avoid using the left hand to the best of their ability. Maybe the only case.
He says one has to avoid using the left hand to the best of your ability. You have to avoid it. How? It is God who creates people. Some he makes left-handed, some he makes right-handed. It is natural the way God created us. You are telling the left-handed people to stop using left hand. As a matter of fact, I never seen any verse in the Quran where God says you should always use right hand for everything. It's not a law, right? It's not a legislation from God, right? So I don't see why the mushriks always imposing foolish, stupid laws on people. Seriously. And out of the foolishness, they will attribute this madness to the prophet again. Then they will say the prophet said, from your garbage book. Why don't you come and show us from the Quran where it says this nonsense you are talking about? Come and show us where God says, oh, if you are a left hand, you should avoid using left hand. Where does it say that? Some people are naturally left-handed. Yes. And some people are naturally right-handed, and some people are both. But because of foolishness and indoctrination, you make these clowns and comedians sit on the puppets and the podiums and tell you nonsense, and then you think you are guided, and you think these guys are the ones to lead you to paradise. Go and check Quran chapter 33 verse 67. You obey these clowns, wallahi, they will take you to hell. You mark it on the wall and keep being loyal to these clowns and comedians, people who tell you they drink beer and they are proud of it. No worry. Let's continue with the comedy video. We have a new member on YouTube. I think it's Talib. Talib, you're welcome, bro. So listen to the video.
One has to avoid using the left hand to the best of their ability. Maybe the only case that you're grabbing a sandwich, for example, a big cheeseburger. Some of us are fasting, so they were swallowing the saliva when I mentioned the cheeseburger. Man up. It's only a few hours. So you hold the juicy, big, fluffy cheeseburger, and you take a bite. You're holding it with both hands. This might be an exception, and Allah knows.
What baffles me is when they finish the statement with, and Allah knows best. I'm serious. It is a national anthem of mushriks. When they make the dumbest statement ever, then they seal it off with, and Allah knows best. And yet when we take you back to the book of Allah to show you what he says, you say, no, okay, this is kafir, they are kafir. They don't want us to follow the hadith. They want to only follow the Quran. They are kafirs. The irony. So this guy is telling you to avoid using your left hands, right? That God has given you. He says you should. You avoid the left hands. So even though naturally God created people left-handed, right-handed, and so on, he says you should avoid, except if you are eating cheeseburger. And then whilst he is talking, he says some of the people, they are fasting, but their throat is wet. They are getting, because so these guys, they are comedians. I'm serious. I repeat, this is the same guy who said, I drink beer. He said he drink beer and he's proud of it. And he says he's 2%, he's 3% because he's from Saudi Arabia. And it is not a joke. I'm serious. The guy said it and he means it. It's not a joke. The same guy told you he's not a scholar. Yes, he said he's not a scholar, but he's out there giving you fatwa and then counseling people and then taking $100 for half an hour, or is it 1 hour or half an hour? $100. You take your guidance from these clowns. Well, good luck. Yeah, Tujis, I see you. Salam. Hafiz Balungum. Yeah. Yes, their brains are left-handed. Yes, the mushriks, their brains are left-handed. The left side of their brains operate. The right side doesn't operate. Thank you for that, Muktable said. Hey, these mushriks. They are the same people who give you the laws that when you are entering your house, enter with right leg. If you are entering the toilet, enter with the left leg. They give you the dumbest rules ever in your life. Things that doesn't concern God. These people will add it to the religion and give you as a law. I'm serious. They are the same people who say you can eat rice with 3 fingers. I want to see how they do that. 3 fingers. Which are the fingers? I'm still surprised people didn't notice this madness a long time ago. You are waiting for babashuaib to come and expose this madness of them to you. So you never realize, because they have Mufti Menk and Numan Ali Khans and so on. So you thought they are smart. I'm serious. You don't know the damn shit they've been teaching you. Eh? Excuse my language. The same people who tell you if you have a dog, the angels will not come to your house. Hey, salam. Peace to you, Sister Alma Johnson. Yeah, I see you. Adam. Samad. Yeah. Yes, Abu, I'm doing well. Long time. Abu Idris. Long time no see, bro. So this is the comedy they put in Islam, right? And these people have created a parallel religion. Their religion, I'm serious, their religion is way different from what the Quran gives you. Wallahi. Their religion is way different. Right? Quili Global Official. I like you too, bro. Thank you. So Sister Hannah says what? Sister Hannah says they said the prophet said we can't blow on our food because of CO2. Hey, somebody sent me that video. Oh my God. I don't know. Do I still have the video? They said it is Sunnah. Where is it? Did I save the video? The guy was telling his son not to blow on the food because it is Sunnah. Oh, I forgot where I saved the video. It is ridiculous, right? They are saying don't blow if you are eating and the food is too hot, don't blow on it. And they will always attribute it to the prophet, and then they say it is part of the Sunnah. This is the madness they teach people. I don't actually know where I saved the video, unfortunately. Bear with me for a second. I don't know if I have it on my phone somewhere. No, I don't think so. It should be there somewhere on my computer. But yes, thank you, Sister Anna Banana. Yes, that is true, what you said. They said it. They have it in their Hadith books. They say if you are eating food, don't blow air on it. The air is coming from your own body. Like, it's me blowing on my own food. God gave me this mouth for a reason. I'm blowing the food so that the Hadith is telling you, don't do that. So you have to eat the hot food like that. That is why Ramadan, when you see people eating hot food, but you're still blowing it inside your mouth. Allah, confusion. These mushriks, they don't reason with Allah. They told them not to use common sense and reasoning. And according to Quran chapter 25, verse 44, God says, do you think that most of them listen or reason? Then God says they are just like livestock. I'm serious. Yes, they are just like livestock. They said, Ahi, it is haram for us to use our reasoning, our common sense, because the dead scholars, they have to reason for us. They have to, you understand, decide for us. If you say the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the best mufassir of the Quran, then what I'm expecting is every issue concerning the Quran must be explained by the Prophet. I don't want you to bring some Suyuti, Muwatta, Ibn Kathir, Ibn At-Tabari, Jalalain, and so on. That is madness. Why? If you say the Prophet is the one explaining Islam to you, then stick to the Prophet. If we ask you a question concerning your sunnah, it should be from the Prophet. Don't say Umar said, this guy said, that guy said. Oh my God, the madness is too much. Yes, thank you very much. Alpha Music Empire, thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. God bless you. Alpha Music Empire has been surprising me a lot. You know, I appreciate the presence. I appreciate your support. Thank you. And it keeps me moving because it shows that what I'm doing is making an impact, which is good. Eid Mubarak, by the way, to the, Hadithiyuns. By the way, somebody was asking me a question concerning the Eid, right? When we say Eid, it is found in the Quran. Quran chapter 5, verse 112 to 114. It means a feast, right? Something you sit with your family, friends, you have a feast together. It is not haram. But there is nothing like Eid al-Salat, Salat al-Eid. It's not there, please. There is nothing like called Salatul Eid in the Quran. Ask the mushriks. That's 5 salats or 50 salat. Is it 50, right? The 50 salat, they said he went to negotiate. The Prophet went to the sky to go and negotiate. Ask them, out of the 50 that, according to them, the God of the Hadith trimmed down to 5. That 5 is the Salatul Eid part of it. And recently, they did the eclipse salat, the salat of the eclipse. Please ask them, is that one also part of the 5 salat? The eclipse one. You don't know there is eclipse salat? You ask any Sunni next to you, they will tell you. They will say, mashallah, you have to do it. The Prophet say, always they want to lie, they mention the Prophet's name because that is the cheat code. That is the one they have to put to deceive you. Seriously, always, the Prophet said. Always, you check their scholars. Check every Sunni scholar when they are speaking. The Prophet said, 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 and that is, they are done with you. They are just like scammers. Africans when it comes to scamming, some time ago, Africans, Nigeria, Ghana, there were a lot of scammers doing the scam. And they have something they call a format. A format is like a formation, something you have to put in place in order to. So we have people pretending to be women. Then they will be talking to a white man overseas, right? And then they will be telling the man, I want to join you. I love you so much, honey. I want to be there for you. Then as soon as it's time to come, then the person have sent the money for the ticket and everything. Now it's time for the woman to leave Africa and come to whether Europe or America. That is when the story starts. Then she will say, the person will say, that is a man pretending to be a woman, 419. And he will say, my uncle is sick. My daughter just died. All this format story. When that format story starts, that's the end. This travel will not happen again. So the mushriks also, they have a format, the way they can scam your brains. That is to mention the Prophet. And when they mention, they expect you to say that's sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As soon as you mention it, they are done with you. That is the cheat code. Do you understand? They use that as a cheat code. That's what the mushriks use. Yeah. Now, when you take, when we say, I have a video called Eid, I think, is it Eid or Eid? I have if you check on my YouTube channel, I have a video on Eid, right? Where I give the breakdown concerning Eid. And the people of Isa alayhi salam, when they ask for what we call Ma'idah, and this Ma'idah, it should serve as Ida for them, for the first of them, awalina wa akhirina, for the first of them and the last of them, right? It shows that Eid can be done voluntarily. It is not mandatory where God imposes it on you. The mushriks, they are imposing Eid on you. And they call one Eid al-Fitr. And they call one Eid al-Adha. So the Adha is for the animal sacrifice. Then Eid al-Fitr is for the one breaking the fast. That's why they call it Fitr. And then they added something they call Zakat al-Fitr. That is the law from them. It's not from God. I dare any mushrik out there to prove to me from the Quran where it says Zakat al-Fitr. It's not there. Nothing like that. They even give you legislations and rules on how to give that confused charity. You understand? The Quran gives you simple ways of giving charity. Don't listen to any mushrik confusing you. The idol worshippers, they are only commanding you what their idols instructed you to do. Quran chapter 42 verse 21. Listen what God says. Am lahum shuraka'u shara'u lahum min ad-din ma lam yazan bihi Allah. Am lahum shuraka'u shara'u lahum min ad-din ma lam yazanu bihi Allah. Do they have idols, that is the associates? Do they have these idols who legislate for them of a deen to which God has not authorized? Do they have such idols? So who are the idols? The Hadith books? The Imam Bukhari? Somebody who claimed he saw the prophet in his dream? Are you nuts? Somebody you never saw before. You have never seen before. How can you imagine seeing him in your dream? Seriously. You, your great-great-great-grandfather, that you have never seen his picture. If you see him in his dream, in the dream, how can you know it is him? You tell me. Somebody you never seen before. You are claiming, now I get it. Now, do you see the similarity between what Paul did? Paul, according to the Christians, Paul also saw Jesus in the dream. And that is how Paul concocted the New Testament, and they have New Testament. Right? The same thing the Hadithiyuns, they also said Imam Bukhari saw the prophet in a dream and he had the inspiration that he should write those garbage books he gave you. The books that claim your prophet married a 6-year-old girl, those books, that it says the prophet slept with 11 women in one night. That same book, that guy, you claim without that garbage book, we cannot follow the book of God. Are you nuts? No wonder they are brain dead. I'm serious. Mushriks are not okay. Oh, seriously, they are not okay at all. Seriously. Now let's expose one of their scholars. His name is Zakir Naik. I've already done a video on him before, but this will be the part 2 on him. So I have a video on YouTube. It's called Versus the Scholars. You go to my playlist on my YouTube, find the playlist and find Versus Scholars. I always take the top scholars of the world. I don't do local scholars. The local scholars are just waste of time. I do the top scholars that people pay attention to of the world, and I show you the loopholes in their understanding and their logic, because they are the mushriks, they are the Sunnis, most of them. So I use them as the scapegoats to show you the foolishness these people have been teaching you all these years. I'm serious. Nothing sensible in the things they teach you. But because of their, the status they have, the position they have, people think these people are very eloquent in the things they say. These people are smart. That is how scammers appear. Scammers don't appear like criminals in the first place. If they have to scam you, they have to appear decent. That's how a scammer appears. By the time he's gone. So salam to all those who are joining now. I'll be tackling the video. When I'm done, any mushrik out there, I'll put my phone number. You are man enough and you have balls. You call the correctional officer babashuaib. I keep telling you, typing is cheap. If you are a mushrik, you come to my wall, you keep typing. I have no time to talk to you. If you are a man who have balls, please, I beg you, in the name of God, call me or join my TikTok live. Let me make you famous. Don't worry, I'll make you famous. Okay, so let's take Zakir Naik. And I put a video and we get to hear what Zakir Naik has to say. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay, let me take Zakir Naik, no problem. Let's go with Zakir Naik. Then after that, I tell you what I wanted to say.
In the Quran that every Muslim should pray 5 times a day? If yes, please tell me the ayat number and surah number. Thank you. Regarding, is it mentioned in the Quran that you should pray 5 times a day? The word 5 is not mentioned in the Quran 5 times a day, but there are indications that you have to pray 5 times. Several verses in the Quran. Allah says in the Quran that you have to pray 5 times. In Surah Hud, chapter number 11, verse number 114. In Surah Isra, chapter number 17, verse number 78. In Surah Taha, chapter number 20, verse number 130. As well as in Surah Rum, chapter number 30, verse number 17 and 18. In some verses, in one verse itself, you can come to know it 5 times. In some, you have to join 2 and you come to know it 5 times. Let me give you 2 examples from the Quran. It is mentioned in the Quran in Surah Hud, chapter number 11, verse number 114, that establish regular prayers at the 2 ends of the days and the approaches of night. The 2 ends of the day means it's 2 times, and the approaches of night. The Arabic word used here is zolafun. It is not singular, it's not dual, it is a plural. In Arabic, there are 3 types of numbers. One is singular, the second is a dual plural, and the third is plural, which is 3 or more. So here the Arabic word used for approaches is not a dual plural, it is a plural, meaning 3. So if you want number, it says the 2 ends of the night, and the approaches means minimum 3 of night. So 5 times is there. The 2 ends of the day, the Mufassirin of the Quran say are the Zohar prayers and the Asr prayer. And the 3 approaches of night, the 3 night salah that you have is the Maghrib salah, the Isha salah, and the Fajr salah. A similar message you get in Surah Taha, chapter number 20, verse number 130, where it says, praise thy Lord before the rising of the sun and before the setting of the sun and in small hours of night and the 2 sides of the day. So before rising 1, before setting 2, approach of night 3, 2 sides of the day, 5. So 5 times is mentioned. Word 5 is not mentioned, khamsa, but 2 plus 1 plus 2 is 5. Before rising of the sun is the Fajr Salah. Before setting of the sun, it is the Maghrib Salah. Approaches of night, it is the Maghrib Salah. Before the setting of the sun, it is the Asr Salah. Before rising of the sun is the Fajr Salah. Before setting of the sun is the Asr Salah. During small hours of night, it is the Maghrib Salah. And 2 sides of day, it is the Isha and the Zuhr Salah. So 5 times is mentioned. And let me tell you, brother, it's not a must that everything should be mentioned in the Quran. Even if it's mentioned in the Hadith, it's sufficient. I know there are some Muslims who say, no, we only follow Quran. This is totally wrong. Allah clearly mentioned in the Quran, Atiullah wa atiur Rasul. Obey Allah and obey the Messenger. So everything is not mentioned in the Quran. If you go to the Hadith, there are several Hadith which talk that you should pray 5 times. Umpteen number of Hadith. You read.
Hey. Allah musyriknya gadi kayak. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let's set him up as a scapegoat. Did you see the heebie-jeebies he kept doing? The heebie-jeebies like this, and this is the guy you call Zakir Naik, the top scholar. Hey, hey, Zakir Naik. Okay, no problem. Zakir Naik, we are going to deal with you. Okay, you guys have lied to us so much for so long. It's enough. It's enough. Okay. I'm going to deal with you to show the people that you when you start on the podium quoting verses, you don't even know the Quran. Yes, we are going to show that. Let's start again. Now, listen to Zakir Naik. I'm going to take him word for word to show you the mishaps in the things they tell people. Now, listen.
Is it written in the Quran that every Muslim should pray 5 times a day? If yes, please tell me the ayat number and surah number. Thank you.
Now, did you hear the question? The question was very clear and precise. Clear and precise. Is it true that the 5-time prayers were mentioned in the Quran? If it is true, if it is yes, give me the references and the verses, right? Now, listen to the answer he is going to give before going further to explain. Now, watch.
Regarding, is it mentioned in the Quran that you should pray 5 times a day? The word 5 is not mentioned in the Quran 5 times.
So now he said the word 5 is not mentioned in the Quran 5 times prayers. Right? They know this. The mushriks, they know. It's not mentioned in the Quran. They know this. But however, he's going to do what we call interpolation. And babashuaib, I keep making videos telling you several times about the mushriks, especially the Sunnis, the things they do. They are sheikhs, they are imams, they are dead scholars. This is what they do. We call it interpolation. They add things which they themselves call bid'ah in Islam where it is not there, and they force there to be there. I'm serious. So now listen to the what we call semantic twisting words, making it be what it is not there. So now he sincerely said the word 5 is not mentioned. But let's check.
But there are indications that you have to pray 5 times.
Then he says, but there are indications that you have to pray 5 times. So this is where, you understand, he's going to do the bailout to play with your conscience. But correctional officer is here. Don't worry. I told you they are scared to face me face to face. And this is how I'll keep setting them up like scapegoats. You watch it.
Same verse in the Quran. Allah says in the Quran that you have to pray 5 times.
Do you see how he plays with words? And now did you hear what he said? Allah says in the Quran that you have to pray 5 times. Now, did you see what he did? Did you see it? And did you hear it? He just answered earlier. He said the word 5 is not mentioned in the Quran. But now he's saying Allah says in the Quran where you have to pray 5 times. Okay, let's check.
In Surah Hud, chapter number 11, verse number 114. In Surah Isra.
This is what he is good at. You see, when he quoted chapter 11, verse 114, Surah Al-Hud, straight, then he will mention another verse, then he will mention another verse, then he will mention another verse, then the mushriks, Allahu Akbar, mashallah, sheikh, I want to be like you. What? The guy just quotes verse numbers and you think he knows? We are going to see if he knows or not. Listen how he quote the verses. And babashuaib, I'm sitting here with you. I'm going to cross-check him. You will see if he knows or not.
Chapter number 17, verse number 78. In Surah Taha, chapter number 20, verse number 130. As well as in Surah Rum, chapter number 30, verse number 17 and 18.
You hear the verses. Okay, babashuaib is going to help you to catch the liars, the scammers, broad daylight. When a scammer gives you reference number, you know how to catch him. Yeah, don't worry. So he quoted chapter 11, verse 114, chapter 17, verse 78, and then what? Chapter 20, verse 130, and chapter 30, verse 17 to 18. We are going to catch the scammer. You watch. Let's go. Zakir Naik, what do you have to say?
In some verses, in one verse itself, you can come to notice 5 times.
In some verses, in one verse, you can come to know that it is 5 times. Babashuaib is going to fact check you. You thought I was joking. I'm fact checking you. And when I meet you in a dialogue, I'll fact check you. And in a debate, I'll fact check you. You saw what I did to Siddiq Bozo, right? I'll fact check you. Now listen.
In some, you have to join 2 and you come to it 5 times.
In some, you have to join 2 and you can pray 5 times. It's just waffling, saying things. I thought they said the prophet was the one who explained everything in Islam. So when he was asked this question, what I was expecting is he would just say, oh, the prophet answered it. This is the answer. Sahih Bukhari, verse this is, go and take it. The prophet has answered this question easily, right? So if that is the case, why are you, the Sunnis, the Mushriks, struggling to answer a simple question? Okay, now listen.
Let me give you 2 examples from the Quran. It is mentioned in the Quran in Surah Hud, chapter number 11, verse number 114, that establish regular prayers at...
Hey, this guy. In that verse, I'm going to put it on the screen. Let's see if it says exactly what this guy is saying. You check. I'm going to help you to see that these scholars are what we call onkolos. Yes, that is a term in Nigeria. When you hear onkolos, you know there's a problem. So here is the screen. God says, "Wa akimi salata tarafay nahar wa zulafa min al-layl." This is the verse, right? Okay. You heard what Zakir Naik said. He says, establish the prayers. The verse doesn't say prayers. It says salat. 1, singular. If it is plural, it says salawat. Then he said, establish the regular prayers. The verse doesn't say prayers. I'm just helping you to cross-check what the scholars tell you. The things they say, which is not from God. And then they twist words. Because he used the word prayers to try to interpolate 5 prayers there. That's why he used the word prayers. The verse doesn't say prayers. It says establish the salat. Right? So if we take the meaning prayer, establish the prayer. It didn't say prayers. Okay. Now, if you have the verse next to you, open it. Chapter 11, verse 114. Cross-check what I'm showing you about this so-called Sunni scholars. The reason why I'm saying Sunni scholars because they are the most popular in the world. Right? Understand? And they are claiming dominance. They say they are the ones, everybody is going to hell. They are the only ones going to paradise. As if they have the keys to paradise. So in this verse, God was talking to the prophet. Right? It is a second person pronoun. God was talking. So God says, Akimi. He's talking to one person, not everybody. If it was talking to everybody, he would say, Wa Akimu. So when you say Akimu, then he's talking to all of us. But in this verse, he was talking to only the prophet. So he says, Wa Akimi salata. Tarafay nahar wa zulafa min al-layl. And you heard what Zakir Naik said. He says, establish the regular prayers. If you think I'm lying, let's go back. What he said.
Ends. Establish regular prayers.
Did you hear that? Onkolos. He says establish regular prayers because he wants to justify the 5 the mushriks have invented for you. So he wants to justify that. Then he says establish the regular prayers. So let's catch the onkolos line.
At the 2 ends of the...
Then he says at the 2 ends. The word taraf. Taraf is the sides, the terminals. Now he said the 2 ends. We want to cross-check this guy's IQ. If he actually knows what is taraf. When we say taraf, is the side of something. The edge or the terminals. So 2 sides of the day or 2 terminals of the day. Tarafahi. It is used as a dual of an ism. Right? Now check.
Days and the approaches of night.
Then he says, and the approaches of night. You see how he said it? And approaches of night. So this is his translation. So he wants to justify the 5 salats inside these verses. But before then, after this, we are going to cross-check the verses he quoted as a reference to say you can get 5 salats. And we are going to count everything to see if it is 5. We are going to check. Now check.
The 2 ends of the day means it's 2 times.
The 2 ends of the day means it's 2 times. And we are going to check which one he says it is.
And the approaches of night. That
and the approaches of night. Okay.
The Arabic word used here is zulafun.
The Arabic word used there is a zulafan. 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 Okay.
It is not singular, it's not dual, it is a plural. In
the zulafan used there, what are you trying to say? Is it an object? Is it a thing? God is describing a scenario. Was zulafan min al-layl is an adjective being used. The word zalafa or zalifa is the verb. Right? So it has been used in a position where to show you that this is the occurrence of something going on. Right? It is in the advancement of the night. So when you take that verse, let me put on this thing you see here. I open Almani, then I give you. Okay, let me take it to Almani. Yes, Zalifa. Aha. Here. Now, for those watching from Facebook or YouTube, that is the verb of that is the trilateral root word of the word zulafa. When I take you back, for instance, let me see. When I take you back to the screen here, share this tab. This is the word here on the screen, zulafa. You find it in Quran chapter 11, verse 114. Now, this is the word zulafan. Now, this word here, zulafan, is a verb, but in this form, it has been used as an action, which is a noun, but showing an action. So if you're translating it, you say in the advancement or the progression of the night. Advancement of the night. Progression of the night. Now, I'm going to take you to the dictionary. This is the dictionary here. When you go to Almani, you check the root word. That is zalaf, or you can say zalaf. Now, it's advance, approach, and so on. It has a lot of meaning. So, as a verb, it's advance, it's approach, and you can say to progress, and so on, right? As a verb. Now, let's go back to this guy. Here is the verse. Chapter 11, verse 114. وَأَقِيمِ الصَّلَاةَ طَرَفَيِ النَّهَارِ وَزُلَفًا مِنَ اللَّيْلِ. He is trying to say the word zulafa is singular. He's making it like an object or thing. So it's singular. So when he says zulafan, it means plural. How? What kind of logic is this? How? In which Arabic book or qamus can we find this? Okay, but let's see what the logic the guy is trying to put into us. Does it make sense? Right? Oh, I was sharing the screen. Did you see it at all? Let me see. Oh, sorry. I was sharing the screen. I think people didn't see it. Oh, sorry. They didn't see it. So let me try again. This is the screen here. So when you go to Almani, this is the word zulafa here. So you see it, the trilateral root word, zalafa. So zalaf, you have approach, it can be advance, it can be progress, and so on, as a verb, right? But in the position it was used in chapter 11, verse 114. In the position it was used in chapter 11, verse 140. You see, when he says, وَأَقِيمِ الصَّلَاةَ طَرَفَيِ النَّهَارِ وَزُلَفًا مِنَ اللَّيْلِ. So it has been used as an action, which is a noun, right? So to pinpoint to you the progression or the advancement of the night. So when he says وَأَقِيمِ الصَّلَاةَ طَرَفَيِ النَّهَارِ, then he says وَزُلَفًا. Zakir Naik is trying to say that word zulafan has been used in plural form. Where is the logic in this? The zulafan is an object, or the zulafan, what it is? You say in the plural form is used for one or two, how many? Two or three? What are you trying to say? Okay, let's check the logic he's trying to put there.
There are three types of numbers. One is singular, the second is a dual plural, and the third is plural, which is three or more. So here the Arabic word used for approaches is not a dual plural, it is a plural, meaning three.
Oh my God. Oh my God. What is this guy trying to say here? What is he trying to say? Like, yeah, like guys, what Zakir Naik is trying to say is trying to tell you the word zulafan is in plural form. So it is three. How? How? No, how? Tell me, how does a verb, when you take zalafa, a verb which has to be used in the place of a noun, how does it become like a 3, 4, this kind of word? How? How? So zulafa, you are saying it can be 3 or what? How? Okay, listen to the explanation he's giving.
So if you want number, it says the two ends of the night, and the approaches means.
Does it say the two ends of the night? Now, ladies and gentlemen, you heard him. The verse, does it say two ends of the night? So what was Zakir Naik actually explaining here? Look, listen to, if you think I'm making it up, listen to what he said.
So here the Arabic word used for approaches is not a dual plural, it is a plural, meaning three.
The word approaches, how does it become dual or plural or, please, verb. If you add s to a verb, does it mean it's plural? How? Verb. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Zakir Naik. Now listen, he's going to say two ends of the night. The verse, I put it on the screen. There is no way it says two ends of the night. But let's check.
So if you want number, it says the two ends of the night.
If you want number, it says the two ends of the night. Subhanallah. This is the verse on the screen. Akimi salata tarafahi nahar wa zulafa min al-layl. Where did you get two ends of the night in this verse? How? Please let it make sense. How? I can't take far. Because when we say tarafa in nahar, we are talking about the day. How did Zakir Naik get two ends of the night in this verse? Okay, let's check.
Approaches means minimum 3.
And the approaches, the zulafan, he says minimum 3. How does the word approaches become 3? So these are the learned men of Sunni. The Sunnis. These are their top scholars. Hey, Yakubu Bagano, do you see the scam I'm talking about? This is onkolos. To be honest, I'm serious. You see how he's scamming us in broad daylight. But you never cross-check, right? If not, correctional officer is bringing this to your attention. You never checked what he's saying. You thought he's making sense. This is onkolos. Let's go.
Of night. So 5 times is there.
How? No, seriously. How did you get 5 times in the chapter 11, verse 114? Wallahi, this is scam. Wallahi lazim. This is a broad daylight scam. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Toli. Thank you very much, Tadena. This is Toli, papa. Toli, papa. Mushrikenga. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest. How on earth did 5 enter into that verse? How? Hey! You see, the 419 I told you some time back in Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, they did. Now the scholars are doing it in broad daylight. You can see it in you are watching him like this. He's lying to you in the broad daylight. This is even the first verse. We have not gone to the second verse he quoted and the third verse. This is one verse he quoted. Hey. Zakir. Hey, we are watching you broad daylight. You are lying to us. You are telling us 5 in that verse. How? Hey, I'm shocked. Seriously.
Ends of the day, the Mufassirin of the Quran say.
Now he goes to the Mufassir of the Quran. So Zakir Naik, long time ago, when they asked you this question, you could have gone to the Mufassir of the Quran, the ones who explained the Quran to you. I thought you said the Prophet explained the Quran. Now why are you leaving the Prophet to go to the Mufassir of the Quran? To tell you what? So Zakir Naik, you know there is the Mufassir of the Quran. You left them and you keep saying five prayers in chapter 11, verse 114. How did you get 5? Are you a magician? Seriously? So now, okay, look at the Hibijibis is going to do again. He's going to the Mufassir of the Quran again.
The Zohar prayers and the Asr prayer.
You see another scam? He said the Mufassir of the Quran, this is what they said. They said the 2 ends of the day, it means Asr and Zuhur.
The Zohar prayers and the Asr prayer. Time is there. The 2 ends of the day, the Mufassirin of the Quran say, the Zohar prayers and the Asr prayer.
You see? Ladies and gentlemen, when I told you these people are scammers, you thought I'm joking, right? Look, after he did all the hibijibis and is done, he says the Mufassirs of the Quran says the 2 ends of the day, it means Zuhur and Asr. Ladies and gentlemen, how can Zuhur? Ladies and gentlemen, most of you have been a mushrik before, right? For example, me, I've been a Sunni, I've been a mushrik before. So, Zuhur, how does Zuhur become the end of the day? Hey! Hey, Allah, look, wallahi, my people, if you don't reason, get up and use your common sense. These scholars, Ladies and gentlemen, Zuhur, you know the time they praise the Zuhur Salat. They do it in the middle of the day. That's the time they do Zuhur. How does Zuhur become end of the day? Hey! Look, not even Asr, the time of Asr, not even Asr is the end of the day. The end of the day is Maghrib and Isha. Those are the ends of the day. Yes, because Maghrib is the similar time with Isha, because it's evening. Those are considered end of the day. But if you say
Yeah, Mufassir of the Quran are telling you Zuhur and Asr are ends of the day. Wallahi, that is onkolos. Onkolos, Zakir Naik. Onkolos. Hey, onkolos. Allah, yeah, these scholars. Hey. So, with this thing, they call them. Hey.
Approaches of night, the 3 night salah that you have is the Maghrib salah, the Isha salah, and the Fajr salah. Pray 5 times a day.
Ladies and gentlemen, you saw the magic he did. Listen.
A similar message you get: Zohar prayers and the Asr prayer. And the 3 approaches of night, the 3 night salah that you have is the Maghrib salah, the Isha salah, and the Fajr salah.
Did you see the magic he did with chapter 11, verse 114? Did you just see the magic he did? He says the 2 ends of the day, they are the Asr Salat and Zuhur Salat. Then the 3 ends, the 3, what he did he say? He said what? 3 what? Let's hear.
Prayers and the Asr prayer. And the 3 approaches of night, the 3 night salah that you have is the Maghrib salah, the Isha salah, and the Fajr salah.
Ladies and gentlemen, when did Fajr Salat become a night Salat? Do they understand the meaning of the word Fajr? Fajr means dawn, daybreak. How did Fajr become a night Salat? And how does the word Maghrib become a night Salat? How does the word Isha become night Salat? Please, ladies and gentlemen. Maghrib means sunset. Put sunset in the dictionary and show me where it says sunset is night. Put the word evening in the dictionary and show me where it says evening is night. Put the word Fajr, dawn, in the dictionary and show me where it says dawn is the night. Hey, onkolos. Do you see the scamming? Do you see the scamming, how they scam us in the broad daylight? When you refuse to study, this is how these people will be playing with your conscience. I'm serious. Look, everything he said was nonsensical. Nothing he said was good, was okay in his explanation. Nothing he said was correct. And that's how they scam you in the broad daylight. Now look, let's continue.
A similar message you get in Surah Taha.
Now he's going to make the matters worse. Chapter 11, verse 114, it shows us only 3 salats. And I'm going to show you. This is the verse on the screen. Akim is salata. Establish the salat. Tarafay nahar. That is the dual of an ism. So the 2 sides of the day. Nahar is daytime. Nahar is not night. Fajr is part of the day. And Isha is part of the day. So when you go to Quran chapter 24 verse 58, it mentions Salat al-Fajr and it mentions Salat al-Isha. That is the ends or sides of the day. Yes, they are the sides of the day. When I have a cup and I say side of the cup, it goes here and here. The side doesn't go up. Your Asr and your Zuhur, where do you have it? You have it upside. How did Asr and Zuhur become ends of the day? How? Okay. This is my phone, right? I'm going to show you something. This is my phone. The sides of the phone are here, or I can say here and here. The sides of the phone doesn't become on top. No, it's wrong. Right? So sides of the day here and here. Do you see? Okay. Now, what Zakir Naik is doing is to play games with your conscience and play with words. So by the time you realize Vamus is gone with you, so the uneducated mushriks will share his videos thinking that Zakir Naik has answered a question, which was simple and clear-cut. But he never answered. Okay. Chapter 11, verse 114, when he says, Akimu salat tarafay nar wa zulafan min al-layl, it says, and establish the salat at the two sides of the day and the advancement of the night. So which gives you three salats. You have Fajr salat, you have Isha salat, and then you have the night salat. Three. Only this verse mentioned. How did Zakir Naik got the 5? I'm still wondering. How? I'm shocked. Let's go to the next statement.
20, verse number 130, where it says, praise thy Lord before the rising of the sun and before the setting of the sun and in small hours of night and the two sides of the day.
Oh, another scam. Let's check the verse. Another scam. Oh, another scam. Chapter 20, verse 130. By the way, it doesn't mention the word salat. God never said you should establish salat in that verse. So let's see on the screen, right? Okay. Now, this is how these people keep lying to you. This is Quran chapter 20, verse 130. God is talking to the prophet again, not us. So he says, Fasbir ala ma yakulun wa sabbi bihamdi rabbika qabla tuluwi shams wa qabla gurubiha wa min ana il-layl. Then he says, Fasabbih wa atraf an-nahar. Okay. Now the subject of this verse is about glorification. It is not about salat. Now, tasbih is different from salat. Even the birds who fly in the sky, they know the difference between salat and tasbih. Go and check Quran chapter 24, verse 41. Quran chapter 24, verse 41. The birds who fly in the sky, they know the difference between tasbih and then they know their salat. Yeah? Now, Zakir Naik doesn't know the difference between tasbih and salat. The whole of this verse, I challenge any mushrik watching me to come and prove to me where it mentions salat in this verse. It only mentions tasbih. There's time for tasbih also. Yes. But mushriks, a lot of mushriks are confused. This is how they don't know the Quran. Because the Quran is not like their garbage books. So they are confused when they are handled with the Quran. And that is why babashuaib is a threat to them. Wallahi, I dare mushriks. You let them join my platform. They are scared. Because I'll set them up like scapegoats. You've been watching correctional officers then, right? Do you see how foolishly they keep messing up their brains when they come on correctional officers then? It is because of them I'm doing TikTok then even. And that's why they are scared to come. Yeah, they are scared. But anyways, I'll be done with Zakir Naik. I'm come to TikTok. Let's see if the mushriks are there to join me. So Quran chapter 20, verse 130. It doesn't mention salat there. It is tasbih. So God says, "Wasbir ala fasbir ala ma yakuluna wasabbi bihamdi rabbika qabla tuluwi shams wa qabla gurubiha wa min ala al-layl." Then he says, "Fasabbi wa atraf an-nahar la'allaka tarda." Okay. Yes, salam, Zamani Badiu. I see you. So be patient over what they say. God is talking to the prophet. And glorify with praise of your Lord before the rising of the sun, that is the Fajr time, and before its setting, that is evening, and during the night, ana il-layl. Thus, glorify at the sides. The word aturafa doesn't mean two sides. Hey, Zakir Naik. Ladies and gentlemen, the word aturafa, it represents a plural of 3, 4, 5, and more. It doesn't mean 2. But in Quran chapter 11, verse 114, Torafai means 2 because it is a dual of an ism. But Quran chapter 20, verse 130 is not talking about salat. That is number 1. Number 2, the aturafa it mentioned is more than 3. It's 3 or more. It's not 2. Zakir Naik says 2 sides. Oh, because he wants to put 5 salat by force. Even the verse is not talking about salat. Let's go back to Zakir Naik.
So before rise of night and the two sides of the day.
You see what he said? Did you hear that? You heard that? Onkolos.
So before rising 1, before setting 2, approach of night 3, 2 sides of the day. 5.
Allah, this guy is a magician. Hey, Zakir Naik. Aha! Now this video makes sense. This video makes sense. This video makes sense.
I have not gone to any Islamic university. No Islamic school, no Islamic college, no Islamic university, but I'm giving talks. Thousands are coming, 10,000 are coming. I don't know Arabic as a language, number 2. I'm not Hafizul Quran. Many people think I'm Hafizul Quran, I'm not.
Okay, he has confessed. He doesn't know Arabic language.
Knowing Arabic is not a criteria to go to Jannah, because I myself don't know Arabic. I myself don't know.
So the mushriks, if they are watching, this is your own scholar confessing. He says, you understand, he's coming us with the verses of God, and he's confessing he doesn't know Arabic. And it is obvious he doesn't. Yeah, that is your top scholar. It's obvious he doesn't know. So if you think you want to shoot your shots at babashuaib and say, oh, you are not an Arab, why are you talking about the Quran? Well, the Zakir Naik you've been inviting to all the countries in the world. Here he is. He's lying to us on the verses. What lie? Because they want to justify the Hadith books they have. Now check.
So 5 times is mentioned. What?
Where is 5 times mentioned? Seriously, Zakir Naik, chapter 20, verse 130, does he mention the word salat? And where does he say 5 times in that verse? Hey, mushrikanga. Hey, you want to justify by force. If there's 5 times salat in the Quran, then why does the Prophet has to go and negotiate 50 prayers? No, seriously, does it make sense to you, ladies and gentlemen? Does it make sense? If you say there is 5 times prayers in the Quran, why again does your Hadith book tell you that the Prophet has to go on the Burak and go and negotiate 50 prayers till it becomes 5? No, seriously, let it make sense to me. If you claim there are 5 prayers in the Quran, why waste the Prophet's time in your Hadith books and take him up there and say he's going to negotiate? And then when he's coming back, Musa said, no, your people cannot do it. Remember, Musa was dead, right? How did he know the people of Muhammad cannot do? But because he's gossiping, according to the Hadith. Hey, Muhammad, come. What did you take? Oh, I took 50 salat. Hey, astaghfirullah, it's too much. Your people cannot. Look, wallahi, I tell you, the people cannot go back to God. Go and tell God they should reduce. Yeah. Tell God, I'm giving you honest advice. I remember Moses was there too. So the Hadith book is telling us that Musa was telling Prophet that go and tell God, hey, they can't do. I'm giving you honest advice. I know your people more than you, Muhammad. So go and tell God to negotiate with God. Tell him at least. So he went and then they reduced. He's coming back, and Jibril, all this while, Jibril has no idea. Jibril couldn't advise Muhammad even. So now, when he came back, he said, hey, Muhammad, don't go. Why are you dodging me? Come. What happened? He said, God has reduced again. To how much? 25. Okay. You know what? Go back again. Me, I'm giving you honest advice as a dead man. They can't. To be honest, they can't, Muhammad. I'm telling you, I know your people more than you. So go back again. Tell God to reduce. Because it's like God wants to punish your people. So God couldn't know. God himself didn't know that he has to tell Muhammad that this one I'm going to give you is too much for your people. So let me reduce it. And all this while, Zakir Naik is telling us the 5 salat is in the Quran. If it's in the Quran, Muhammad is struggling up and down. Musa is sending him back and forth. Go back, come. Go back, come. And then guess what? After Muhammad got 5 salat, I'm talking about Muhammad in the Hadith, not Muhammad in the Quran. Muhammad in the Quran, peace be upon him, is a blessed man, honorable man. You understand? Quran chapter 7 verse 157. فَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِهِ وَعَزَّرُوهُ وَنَصَرُوهُ وَاتَّبَعُوا نُورَ الَّذِي أُنزِلَ مَعَهُ. That is the Muhammad I respect, the one from the Quran. The one from the Hadith is a comedy one. The one from the Hadith is the one they keep sending. The dead Musa keep telling him, go back. He can't. Go back. So he went again, he told God, and guess what? After he got the 5, he was coming back again. Musa told him, you have to go back again. And he says, no, now I'm shy. Now, the Muhammad of the Hadith is telling the Musa of the Hadith that Now I'm shy. Five is okay. And guess what? Even the five, they still have Salat al-Janaza. They have Salat Eclipse Salat. They have Salat al-Eid. They have Salat al-Jum'ah. They have Salat al-Eid al-Adha. They have Salat of the rain. They say when you need the rain, there is the Salat for the rain. They have you very soon you hear of a new Salat. It's like innovation. Bid'ah. They are bid'ah people. They keep innovating things every time. They have Salat for everything. They have Salat of even if you want to marry. No. The Salat of the Sunnah, they say if you want to sleep with your wife, they have it in one hadith. You have to do the nafila. That is after getting married, the first time you sleep with your wife. These people, they created a new religion. It's a different. Hey, Allah mushrikanga. Hey. I think comedians need to stop comedy, and then they have to depict hadith used to us for us to be watching and laughing. It's enough. Seriously. Hey. Back in the days, I used to watch the mushriks and I get angry. I used to get very angry. Now, when I watch them, I don't get angry. It's funny for me. It baffles me. I just laugh. I'm serious. The anger part is done. That's why I'm sorry if you think I'm taking it as a joke, right? Because from my experience, if you take things too serious, nobody will take you serious. So that is why you see me laughing about this, so that you can take it easy and relax. If I take this too serious, you will not take it seriously. You will not even pay attention. The comedy I put inside will make it stick to your brain and remember. Because this is how stupid we were before to buy in these nonsensical stories they keep telling us. You and I, yes, that is what we believed in before. And we think we are guided. And it made perfectly okay sense to us. But now, you see when I put it in this form, do you see how you see the stupidity in it? It's nonsensical. It can never be from God. That is not the deen of God. I'm serious. Wallahi. Because it is very sad. Exactly. That is what somebody just wrote to me. Nairobi. Sometimes you have to laugh to keep it away from crying, to stop yourself from crying, because it is sad. It's a crying matter. But the reason why I have to put it to that extent, so that you can sit down and reflect, so that you don't keep beating yourself over the foolishness they've done to us before, so that you get to know that, wow, God has guided you. And you can laugh about it and move on. Because, look, these people are taking people to hell. Insulting God, insulting the prophet, insulting Musa. Wallahi. This is what it. Let's go, Zakir Naik. He's going to defend the Hadith books. Listen.
Mention khamsa, but 2 plus 1 plus 2 is 5.
You see, just like the Christians do 3-in-1, the 3-in-1 shampoo. You see, he's also doing 2 plus 1 plus 2 is 5. This. That's how they got the 5 salat. And upon all this, if it is there in the Quran, your prophet has to go in the sky to bring 50 negotiated salat again.
In Surah Taha. So before rising 1, before setting 2, approach of night 3, 2 sides of the day 5. So 5 times is mentioned. Word 5 is not mentioned. Khamsa, but 2 plus 1 plus 2 is 5. Before rising of the sun is the Fajr Salah. Before setting of the sun, it is the Maghrib Salah. Approaches of night, it is the Maghrib Salah. Before the setting of the sun, it is the Asr Salah. Before rising of the sun is the Fajr Salah. Before setting of the sun is the Asr Salah. During small hours of night, it is the Maghrib Salah. And 2 sides of day, it is the Isha and the Zuhr Salah. So,
do you see how confused it is? Allah, why is it? Two sides of the day, it is Isha and Zuhur Salat. Isha and Zuhur Salat. Isha and Zuhur Salat. Hey, Zakir Naik. And this video makes sense to the Sunnis, the Mushriks. I don't get it. How look.
It is the Maghrib Salah, and two sides of day, it is the Isha and the Zuhr Salah. So,
What? Two sides of the day is Isha and Zuhr Salat. Allah ba'izabadu. Hey, mushrikanga.
5 times is mentioned.
And he's proudly saying 5 times it's mentioned. What baffles me is when a mushrik takes this link and send it to us, thinking that Zakir Naik has answered our question. Hey, this Olodo. Allah mushrikanga. This is the guy you keep sending to Ghana, Nigeria, and then you are, hey, Zakir Naik, mashallah. Hey, Sheikh, mashallah, can I get some blessings? Can you shake me so that I can get these liars, these scammers? Sister Alma Josie, thank you for the gifts. Hey! Allah, you don't know how these people have scammed you. They scam your brain. I'm serious. These people have scammed your brain long time ago. The correctional officer is just meeting you halfway, trying to wake you up. I'm serious. Thank you very much, Sister Alma, for the gift. Hey!
Salah, and two sides of day, it is the Isha and the Zuhr Salah. So,
Hey! Two sides of the day, it is Isha and Zuhur Salat. Hey! Oh, no. Somebody says, today, my own African family almost disowned me over Hadith rejection. I couldn't believe it. Look, the devil doesn't want to go to hell alone. He made a promise to God. Quran chapter 7, verse 16 to verse 18. Right? He has made a pledge to mislead people from the right way. So the devil hates to go to hell alone. Quran chapter 14, verse 22. That is why he invites people. And that is why when you are next to people and you say Quran is enough for you, want to follow God alone, it is your personal choice. But somebody next to you hates you. Why? Your relative will hate you because you say Quran alone. Now, if I go to my grave, are you the one going to defend me in front of God? I said, it's enough for me. What is your problem? But they hate you because they hate the fact that they are going to hell without you. So you have to join them to go to hell. And that is why even your family members will hate you because you chose the Quran alone. Yes. So that is how the devil incites people to that evil things. And I advise you, if you are not independent, you can be practicing your Islam in a hidden form. The moment you become independent, wallahi, budge away from that type of family. They are not your real family. You saw what God told Prophet Noah concerning his son. His son was a disbeliever. When the flooding happened, he advised his son to join him. The son says, no, I will seek refuge on this mountain. And Noah told him, no, today nobody will be safe from the punishment of God. So when after the drowning had happened, Noah called on God and he said, God, my son is of my family. God warned him. He is not of your family because he is not righteous. Do you get the point? You thought family is about blood. If you have a family member, regardless of the blood relationship, and they cannot be righteous to you, they are not your family. You saw how the family of Yusuf tried to kill him, right? Because the father loves him more. You saw how the father of Abraham was part of the people who tried to kill Abraham. Yes, because they are not righteous. He is righteous. They hate the fact he is righteous. It's about righteousness. And that is why believers are the allies of each other. You become a family with another believer. It is not about because I was born the same blood with somebody, so that makes me. No. Look, the one you are born the same family with the same, he can kill you easily. Wallahi lazim. Don't let that blood issue fool you and think, oh, I'm related to my father, I'm related to my mother, I'm related to my uncle, my sister, my brother. So yeah, they will kill you. You fool yourself. Let me show you a verse on the Quran, from the Quran. Then you know on the day of judgment you are on your own. There is nothing like this is my brother, or this is my sister. Wallahi, let me show you a verse. I take you to Quran chapter 80. And I'm reading from verse 33. Now listen what God says in that verse. God says, فَإِذَا جَاءَتِ السَّاخَةُ. He says, but when the blackout comes, that is the day of doomsday, light off, NEPA, just like Nigeria, NEPA, the light goes off, everywhere is dark. So when the day of the blackout comes, then God says, يَوْمَ يَفِرُّ الْمَرْءُ مِنْ أَخِيهِ. The day a man will flee from his brother. Wa ummi wa abi, and his mother and his father. A man will flee from his brother or his sibling, and he will flee from his mother, and he will flee from his father. Wa sahibati wa bani, as well as his female companion, that is his spouse, his wife, and his children. He will flee away from them. Do you know the reason why? لِكُلِّ أَمْرِئٍ مِّنْهُمْ يَوْمَئِذٍ شَأْنٍ يُغْنِيهِ. On that day, for each person among them will be a matter adequate for him. That is on the day of judgment. I'm serious. So you think they are related to you? They are your family. It's only in this world, though. They are just like passengers coming along with you to help you to reach your goal. That is why when you become independent, don't fool yourself and think that, oh, this is my brother, this is my father, so they love me. Look, they will kill you. You think it's a joke? Wallahi, it's not a joke. Wallahi. Somebody is saying what? Abu Suleiman, thank you for the gift. He says, according to Abu Hanifa and Malik and Al-Shayi, that human sex with animal during Hajj doesn't affect Hajj and still accepted Hajj. Oh, look. Al-Mughni, volume 5, page 168. You see, according to Abu Hanifa and Imam Malik and Al-Shayi, they said that human sex with animal during Hajj doesn't affect Hajj and still accepted. Now, these are the things they teach people in the Hadith religion, called religion, Islam. Thank you, Princess, for the gift. Princess, that's Rashida Mohammed. Thank you for the gifts. God bless you. Rashida, let me follow you. Thank you. I appreciate the gift from TikTok. Okay. So Abu Suleiman, thank you for the gifts. I don't know. I think, is it from, where are you from? Saudi Arabia, or where are you from? Anyways. Yeah, thank you very much. I was here. I'll go to Quran. So this is the comedy. This is the joke they put in Islam for you. If you are related to somebody, your brother, your father, your mother, your sister, and they are not righteous to you, I repeat the word righteous. I was telling you about Prophet Noah. Prophet Noah, start reading from chapter 11, verse 40. Start reading from verse 40 downwards. You see the story I was telling you about. According to God, righteousness is what makes you and somebody a family. Righteousness. If somebody is your family and he is not righteous, that person can kill you. I'm serious. Look, Allah, you people, you think it's a joke, huh? Go and read Surah to Yusuf, chapter 12. Start reading from verse 1. It is one of the best stories in the Quran. You go and check. Chapter 12, read from verse 1 up to verse 111 and read and see what God is telling you. How the brothers of Yusuf alayhi salam tried to kill him. He was lucky God intervened. Do you think if they were righteous, they would try killing him? No. I have seen a mother who wanted to kill her son. I have seen a father who wanted to kill his son. I have seen a brother who wanted to kill his brother. I have seen an uncle he wanted to kill his cousin. Look, forget about he's my family. He's your family, so what? No, what? He is your sister. She is your sister, so what? You think she cannot kill you? You think she cannot take you to jail? The other day I was watching a video, just 3 days ago. A sister poured acid on another sister because of hatred. Because men like the sister and they don't like her. She went to buy acid and pour it on the elder sister. Why? And you think, oh, I have a relative. You think they love you? Hey, think twice. Oh. Look, if you choose your path to serve God, wallahi, if you have the potential to be independent, stick to your path. Forget about any nonsense any family member is. You saw what the father of Abraham tried to do to Abraham? You don't know, right? Go and read chapter 19. Start from verse 43. You read about Abraham. See how his father tried to kill him. He was part of the people who wanted to ban Abraham because of God. And you think it's a joke? Your family members, they hate that you found guidance. So they will make sure, because the devil already owns them. Go and check chapter 16, verse 98 to 99 to 100 and see where the devil has power. He has power over those who ally with him and those who are mushriks. He has power over them. So he will use his power on the mushriks to try to entice you, to force you. And that is why when you are not independent and you are next to these people, wallahi, if you are not careful, your family member can kill you because of religion. You think it's a joke, right? So the story of Abraham never gave you a lesson. So when you think these mushriks, they are smiling to us, do you think they like you? They don't like you. Aha, somebody just wrote to me on TikTok. Yeah, Alam Shah, that is yes. Honor killing. Somebody just wrote, unfortunately, I don't see your name. He says, following Quran is difficult for them. Killing lizard is easy for them. It's an easy thing for them because they will get blessings. Yes, that's what the Hadith tell them, to kill every lizard they see. Imagine God has created lizard living on earth. Your duty is, Hadith is telling you to kill lizard, to kill black dog, to kill black cat, to kill pigs. Now, out of the foolishness, they say Isa is coming back to kill the swine. What has the swine done to you? No, tell me. The swine, what has he done to you? Hey! You don't eat swine. You want to kill the swine to do what? So are you telling me God never knew he killed the swines? Alam Shah, yes, honor killing. We see it in some of the so-called Islamic countries. They will kill their daughters because the daughter doesn't want to marry somebody. They will kill her for honor killing. They don't care about you. You think because you are their beautiful daughter, so what? They will kill you for free. I'm serious. Look, gone are the days. Stop that foolishness of saying he's my brother, she's my sister, he's my mom, he's my father. So what? Because of faith, somebody can kill you. It's not a joke anymore. Let's go back to Zakir Naik and listen to the comedy.
Mention. And let me tell you, brother, it's not a must that everything should be mentioned in the Quran. Even if it's mentioned in the Hadith, it's sufficient. I know there are some Muslims who say, no, we only follow Quran. This is totally wrong.
Did you hear what he said? It is not a must that the Quran should mention that. But even if it's mentioned in the Hadith, that is sufficient. Do you see a mushrik sitting in front of us? That is a mushrik. It is not a must that it should be mentioned in the Quran. But if it is mentioned in the Hadith, that is sufficient. Hey! Look, Prophet Musa, he did salat. Prophet Isa, he did salat. Prophet Ibrahim, he did salat. None of them followed any hadith books. It is the books of God they follow to do their salat. Prophet Zakaria, you mentioned them. Chapter 3, verse 38 to 39. Zakaria was doing his salat in the mihrab. Thank you, princess, for the gift. But these people want to impose something external which is not part of Islam upon you. And you think they love you. Look, when the devil made a promise to God that he will sit on the straight path, chapter 7, verse 16 to 17 to 18, that he will sit on the straight path and he will make sure a lot of us are not grateful. A lot of us will become ungrateful to God. Yes. What did God tell Musa alayhi salam? Khuz ma ataituka wa kun mina shakirin. Khuz ma ataituka wa kun mina shakirin. Let me put, I can find the verse here. Let me see. 7 verse 154. Is it a verse? Let me see if I found the verse. 150, 149. Yeah. Yes, Quran chapter 7 verse 144, right? Yes, Quran chapter 7 verse 144. God told Musa alayhi salam, فَخُذْ مَا أَتَيْتُكَ وَكُنْ مِنَ الشَّاكِرِينَ. He says, and so take what I have given you and be among the grateful ones, or those who are grateful. Hadithiyun's followers are not grateful to God. When you ask them the reasons why you want to follow the Hadith books, they will start giving you all the justifications, saying that Imam Bukhari, he wanted to guide us, he has good intentions, he saw the Prophet in a dream, wallahi, that's why he wrote. Akhi, I'm asking you a simple question. Where did God give you the Sultan? Because according to Quran chapter 7 verse 33, إِنَّمَا حَرَّمَ رَبِّيَ الْفَوَاحِشَ مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا وَمَا بَطَنَ وَالْإِثْمَ وَالْبَغْيَ بِغَيْرِ الْحَقِّ وَأَن تُشْرِكُوا بِاللَّهِ مَا لَمْ يُنَزِّلْ بِهِ سُلْطَانًا وَأَن تَقُولُوا عَلَى اللَّهِ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. All these things I mentioned, they are haram. So now, if you are doing shirk, associating something with God, which he has not given you sultan, do you know it is haram? So if it is haram, who gave you the license to associate hadith books with Islam? Who? Tell me. Who? And the irony, the guts they have is to tell you the hadith explains the Quran. God says, Inna allazina yakutumuna ma anzalna min al-bayyinat wal-huda. Inna allazina yakutumuna ma anzalna min al-bayyinat wal-huda min ba'di ma bayyannahu lin-nas fil kitab. Ulaika yal'anumullah wa yal'anumul la'inun. Indeed, those who conceal what God has revealed of the guidance and the proofs, after that which God has made it clear in the book for the people, those are the ones whom God has cursed, and they are cursed by the curses. Yes, and I curse such people. May God la'natullah alaykum be upon you, the mushriks, always trying to hide, conceal what God has revealed. God again says, وَنَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ تِبِيَانًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَهُدًى وَرَحْمَةً وَبُشْرَى لِلْمُسْلِمِينَ. God has revealed the book as a clarification for all things, as a guidance and mercy and good news for the Muslims. But yet the mushriks who follow the hadith books will still insist, Akhi, you can't follow the Quran alone. Akhi, if you follow the Quran alone, you are a kafir. Who says so? Yeah, my imam, the imam from the hadith. Akhi, he says you are a kafir. He says we should not listen to you. The Prophet spoke about people like you. Akhi, where does he speak about me? From the hadith book. Not from the Quran? No, Akhi, you can't follow the Quran alone. Says who? My sheikh. Yeah, thank you very much, William Corp. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. God bless you. Kindly enjoy the PDF. And so Abu Zuleba says, I'm from Saudi Arabia. I can tell you that the general public are now moving towards true Islam from the Quran only. And time by time, realizing the Hadith science is bullshit. I appreciate that. This is something I myself have been praying to God about it. When I saw the movement Ibn Salman did, I was applauding for him. I was applauding him when he actually took the step to actually trim down some of the bullshit hadiths away from Islam. It is a big step, right? I know people will be tagging him as a bad person. Look, we all have good and bad side. We all. Yeah. Me sitting here, I'm a bad person in somebody else's story, right? If somebody else has to tell my story, they will tell it in a bad way, right? And some people who love me will also tell it in a good way. So everybody has enemies and lovers. But of course, from afar, I can give applause to Salman. He's doing well, actually. To trim down most of the nonsensical books and come closer to the Quran, well, mashallah, thumbs up. And I wish one day Saudi Arabia will be a better place for everybody to be welcomed, inshallah. Okay, let's continue with Zakir Naik, right?
Mentioned in the Quran, Atiullah wa atiur Rasul.
Do you see the game of semantic? Do you see the game they play here? Allah clearly says in the Quran, Atiullah wa atiur Rasul. What is the Rasul? They say the Hadith is the Rasul. Do you see how they give the definition? Now listen.
Obey Allah and obey the Messenger. So everything is not mentioned in the Quran.
Obey Allah and obey the Messenger. How does it got to do with the Hadith? Now, seriously, how? Where is the connection with obey Allah and obey the Messenger? Where is the connection with that with Hadith books? Where is the connection? Tell me. Because God says, Man yuti'ir rasula faqad ata Allah. Quran chapter 4, verse 80. Whoever obeys the messenger is obeying God, because the messenger has to tell you what God says. And where do we find the words of the messenger? In the Quran. God will tell him, Yas'alunaka anil khamr wal maisir. Yas'alunaka anil ruhu. Yas'alunaka maza yunfiku. Yas'alunaka anil kaza wa kaza. Yas'alunaka anil sa'at. Yas'alunaka anil you mention it. Oh, then God will tell him, Kul. So those are the words of the messenger. So when God says, Atiwullaha wa atiwur Rasul, you find the words of God in the Quran. You find the words of the messenger in the Quran, because whatever akawil God gave him is found there. وَلَوْ تَكَوَّلَ عَلَيْنَا بَعْدَ الْأَكَاوِيلِ لَأَخَذْنَا مِنْهُ بِالْيَمِينِ ثُمَّ لَقَطَعْنَا مِنْهُ الْوَتِينِ. Quran chapter 69. Start reading from verse 43. Go to verse 44, verse 45, and verse 46, and see what God is saying. The akawil you find in the Quran is the one addressed, given to the messenger to tell you. Because the people will be asking him questions. So God has already given him answers to give to the people. So that is why God says, Kul atiwullaha wa atiwur Rasul. Because you find in the Quran where God is giving direct instructions to everybody. Then in the same Quran, God is telling the messenger, وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْكَذَا وَكَذَا. Kul kaza. Simple. But the mushrik says, no. The hadith again, come to the hadith of Sahih Bukhari. So even when they tell you the prophet married a 6-year-old girl, that is the prophet, that is the messenger you are obeying. What? So if I say I don't believe my prophet married 6-year-old girl, automatically I'm a kafir. But yet some of your scholars reject some hadith books. That is why they even have da'if in the hadith. Is rejected, is weak. And even the Sahih, not all the scholars agree. Look, Imam Maliki, Hanafi, Hanifa, Shafi'i, Hanbali, they don't agree on everything. I'm serious. Wallahi. The 4 of them don't agree on everything. They have difference. Oh, you don't know? We have scholars who are only assigned to the Malikiya jurisprudence. And then we have those from the Hanafi. And then we have those from the Hanbali and Shafi'i and so on. Wallahi. Now, brother Abu Suleiman is giving me another side of the issue. That is an insider report, right? Look, he says, oh, I don't know if you can see the screen, right? Anyways, let me put that on the side, because other people might be reading and seeing what he's saying. I don't want it to take the attention of the program. So let's listen to Zakir Naik before I play the next video.
If you go to the hadith, there are several hadith which talk that you should pray 5 times. Umpteen number of hadith. You read.
No. Zakir Naik, sorry, you failed. You failed. The 5 salats are not there. Anyways, he quoted chapter 30, verse 17. Let me take you to the verse and then show you that it doesn't say any salat there. Chapter 30, verse 17 to 18. Some of the mushriks like to quote this verse to justify their hadith. Oh, sorry. To justify that there are 5 salats in the Quran when there is no 5 salat there. So we take Quran chapter 30, verse 17 to 18, where God is saying that فَسُبْحَانَ hina tumsun wa hina tuzbihun. Then he says, وَلَوُ الْحَمْدُ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَعَشِيًّا وَهِينَ تُزْهِرُونَ. So glory be to God when it is nightfall and when it is morning. We don't see salat there. He doesn't say establish salat. He say glory. Tasbih is different from salat. Like I said, Quran chapter 24, verse 41, even the birds, they know the difference between salat and tasbih. So tasbih is different from salat. However, you can do tasbih in your salat. There is no problem. But tasbih and salat are not the same. When God says Akim is salat, you are going to actually establish the salat. But tasbih, you don't need to even do ablution to do tasbih. Tasbih is just singing praises. You can be saying Alhamdulillah, Subhanallah, Tabarakallah. They are all tasbihs. Yes. But when we say salat, you have to go and do ablution where it says, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu iza kuntum ila salat faghsuluhum wujuhakum wa aydiyakum ila al-marafiq wa umsahu bi ru'usikum wa arjulakum ila al-ka'bayn. This is salat. You have to go and do the ablution. But tasbih, you don't need ablution. I can just be sitting there, subhanallah, walhamdulillah, tabarakallah, yazul jalali wal ikram, and so on. Yes, that's tasbih. So now verse 18, and for him is all praise in the heavens and the earth, while it is evening and when it is noon. Praising, you can praise God anytime. It has no restriction. That is what God is talking about in Quran chapter 20, verse 130, and Quran chapter 30, verse 17 to 18. It is about tasbih. But mushriks. Oh. Yeah, thank you very much. Amir Malik.
Sahih Bukhari, poem number 1.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay, Zakir Naik. It's okay. You scam us. Yeah. Brother Abu Sulaiman, I know, like I said, I know some Saudis who have issue with, MBS, because sometimes he has this Zionist approach because he's dealing with the Zionists, right? I know on that side, most people will not agree with him on that. Yes. But on another case, I don't know if he actually has something up in his sleeves. Only time will tell. Because remember, I'm telling you something for a fact. You think about it this way, and see. Prophet Musa alayhi salam, who took care of Musa till he grew up? Was it not Pharaoh? But was Pharaoh not the enemy of God? So how come God used Pharaoh to take care of Musa till he became a matured person? This is a food for a thought. I just want you to reflect over it for a reason. Sometimes it can be tricky for the outsiders, but the insiders, sometimes they have an agenda which they cannot tell you the reason why. Because let me tell you, if Salman was evil, he wouldn't even trim down some hadiths and say they are nonsensical. You understand? I'm seeing it as a game of chess. He's playing. But it's only time will tell, then it can reveal the true nature, because I can see some light in the decisions he makes. You understand? Of course, he wants Saudi Arabia to become a global world. Unlike because of the Hajj, he wants it to become a global country. But he has an agenda, and the agenda only God will show us if it's a good one. But I can see signs of good in some of the decisions. I know people will not understand him for dealing with the Zionists right now, but yes, it might make sense later because, like I tell you, Musa alayhi salam grew up in the house of Pharaoh. He ate the food of Pharaoh. He grew up becoming a man in the house of Pharaoh, and God allowed that for a reason. So I will not actually say Salman is making a mistake to dealing with Israel. He might have an agenda hidden. Only God will show us at the right time. Yes. So let me play the last video. And this last video is very, very interesting. It's from Numan Ali Khan. I want you to reflect on what Numan Ali Khan said in this video. It is a mind-boggling information. And God willing, you get to agree with what Numan Ali Khan was saying. So let's listen to this video.
The most, if not the most, lied about luminaries of Islamic history.
Lied about.
Yeah, lied about. Yeah, yeah. You know what? He's misrepresented. And by whom? Everybody. People don't
Bold
study.
statement.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait,
I will
that's,
boldly say this. I will boldly say Abu Hanifa rahimahullah is misrepresented. Oh,
We're
didn't
not
have-
even controversial.
He,
yet. This is
he didn't have enough access to hadith. He didn't know this. He like people try to kind of, you know how you like softly try to undermine someone?
Yeah.
There's a lot of soft undermining of Imam Abu Hanifa. And if you actually study his history and his record and his output, what he's the grandfather of all things fit, right? There's a reason for that. And I'll leave you curious for that, and I'll point you to some people that can help you with that one. But I tell you, we need to rediscover this man. He was on to something.
he chose the right method. We'll give you that.
Yeah.
Wait, you're Hanafi, right?
I'm
Is that a personal question?
No, not at all. I identify myself as early Hanafi.
Early Hanafi.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this before.
Now you have. Now you have. I identify myself as early Hanafi.
Wow.
Actually, I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gas.
Oh boy.
back to the Quran. Back to expertise, as you're saying.
But
Early
it is
Hanafi.
tied to the Quran.
Yeah,
he was going to give us a
Hadith
source.
rahimahullah had a profound Quran-centered worldview that informed his entire. And it's so appealing if you study it, and if you look at his thought process, it's incredible. I feel like it's ironclad. It's incredible. And the person that I put next to him, and like to is Imam Malik.
Okay, the sound of that particular video I just played is down. That's why I've tried to raise up the sound, but it doesn't. But they put a nasheed. The nasheed was very loud, so that's why I don't know if you actually heard it, but there was a subtitle. So for those on Facebook and YouTube, you could see it clearly, right? But those on TikTok, I don't know if you heard it, the video I just played. But let me give you the reason why I played this video. In this video, Numan Ali Khan was speaking to these two brothers about Imam Hanifa. Imam Hanifa, he said this person has been misrepresented, and the people have they've misconstrued a lot of things about him. Now, I want to use this part. I'm going to play the video. I'm going to use this part to show you something which has been done similarly to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Now, let me play the video.
I think he's one of the most, if not the most, lied about luminaries of Islamic history.
So, Numan Ali Khan says, in Imam Hanifa, he thinks that Imam Hanifa is the one of the most lied about, if not the most lied about, of one of the luminaries of Islamic history. Okay, now replace Imam Hanifa, replace his name and put Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad is the most lied about in Islamic history. Wallahi. Take Imam Hanifa out of the equation. Put Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad is the most lied about in Islamic history. Now let's continue.
Lied about. Yeah, lied about. Yeah. You know what? He's misrepresented.
And he says Imam Hanifa has been misrepresented. Let's take Imam Hanifa out. Put Prophet Muhammad there. Prophet Muhammad has been misrepresented. Totally. Wallahi lazim. If Prophet Muhammad should return to this modern day and age, he will reject a lot of so-called Islamic people on earth. He will reject. I'm serious, because there is a lot of bid'ah, innovations. A lot of things have been added to Islam. Prophet Muhammad is not aware. Seriously. Wallahi, he will reject a lot. Do you get the point? Now let's continue.
And by whom? Everybody.
Now they ask him, by who? Which people misrepresented Imam Hanifa? He said, everybody. Now take Imam Hanifa out of the equation. Put Prophet Muhammad there. This is even Imam Hanifa being misrepresented. How much more the Prophet? You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
People don't
Bold
study.
statement.
Yeah.
People don't study him. That's what he said. People don't study him.
I will boldly say this. I will boldly say Abu
And he says, I will boldly say that.
Hanifa rahimahullah is misrepresented.
He says, Abu Hanifa has been misrepresented. Now take Abu Hanifa out of the equation. Put Prophet Muhammad there. Prophet Muhammad has been misrepresented. Everybody.
We're not even controversial.
He,
yet. This
he,
is
he didn't have enough access to Hadith. He didn't know this. He, like, people try to kind of, you know how you like softly try to undermine someone?
Yeah.
There's a lot of soft undermining of Imam Abu Hanifa. And if you actually study his history and his record and his output, and what he's the grandfather of all things fit, right? There's a reason for that. And I'll leave you curious for that, and I'll point you to some people that can help you with that one. But I tell you, we need to rediscover this guy.
Then he said, we need to rediscover this guy. People have to do the same to the Prophet. You have to rediscover the Prophet. The Prophet which has been misrepresented, and then you've been given details about the false prophet, which is not the true prophet of God from the Quran. Because the prophet of the Quran is different from what they give you in the Hadith books. They are not the same. There's a difference. Do you get the point?
He was on to something.
He chose the right method. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Wait, you're Hanafi, right?
Is that a person?
Anyways, that's the reason why I played this video. Just to show you how concerned Numan Ali, who calls himself an Hanafi, he's a Hanafi, he was more concerned about Imam Abu Hanifa. Why is he no more concerned for the Prophet? Yet, Numan Ali will readily accept the nonsensical side of the Hadith books and then attribute it to Prophet Muhammad. But yet, Imam Hanifa, you are worried, you're concerned. You say he has been misrepresented, and you put the Prophet aside. That's the problem. Ladies and gentlemen, I've done 2 hours of the program. Finally, I think Ramadan has come to an end, and it's Eid Mubarak. Like I said, when we say Eid Mubarak, it means a blessed feast. Feast is when you enjoy, meal with your friends and family at the dining table or something. It's a feast. So Eid itself, Eid is not haram. Eid, you can have Eid. Prophet Isa alayhi salam, Quran chapter 5, verse 112 to 114, they had Eid among themselves. It is not haram. But however, the Quran doesn't have anything called Salat al-Eid. There's no Salat al-Eid in the Quran, right? And there's nothing like you have to do by force, go to Salat al-Eid. That means your fasting has been accepted. No such thing. Such things come from the Hadith books, not from the Quran, right? So if you are practicing the Quran, be rest assured, if anybody is celebrating Eid and calls you to join them to eat or something, there's nothing wrong with that. But however, the Salat you go for the Eid is not part of Islam. That's not throughout the Quran, nowhere. If somebody insists it's part of Islam, just ask them. When the Prophet, according to them, the Prophet went to the heavens to bring 50 prayers and it was negotiated to 5. Is Eid, Salat al-Eid, is it part of this 5? If it is not, then why waste your time? So Hadithiyus, they have a different religion. That's why they tag themselves. They give themselves Sunni, Shia, Tijaniya, Ahmadiyya, Salafiyya, Wahhabiyya, and so on. If you are following the Quran, you are a Muslim, because Prophet Muhammad, he never followed anything but the Quran. Quran chapter 27 verse 91. He said, "Wa umirtu an akuna min al-muslimin." Then verse 92, "Wa an atlu al-Quran." So the Prophet was commanded to be of the Muslims and to recite the Quran. So if you are a believer, you do the same. You are following his footsteps. لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ, because he followed the Quran alone. So if you allow them to call you Quraniyun or Quranist, Quraniya, allow them to do that. But tell them the Prophet is the same thing. He never followed anything. So if you call me Quranist, call the Prophet also Quranist. They will tell you, no, Akhi, Prophet is not a Quranist. Oh, he's not? Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, this is where I bring the topic to an end. For those who are going to join me on TikTok, if you have any more questions, if you can join me on TikTok, kindly do that. If you can't, I will be doing question and answers section next week, right? Next week, Wednesday, inshallah, I'll be doing question and answer section. So I will give people the chance to call in, ask questions next week. So if you have any question, please reserve it for me next week. If you can join me on TikTok, please join me, because I'll be there for like 2 hours before I go to sleep. If you want to join TikTok, you are welcome. Join and ask me the question. I will happily answer your question, right? Yes, Sister Hannah Banana, thank you very much for this suggestion. I appreciate the support. Thank you for the gift as well. She said, "Salam, could everyone please hit the free like button before leaving? This helps the algorithm spread his valuable knowledge with more people." Thank you all. Thank you, sister, for this feedback and this suggestion. I appreciate your help also for the time codes you put on my videos. God bless you for this, inshallah. May he give you these generous things you need from him. Let me see. So before I bring this to an end, let me see. Says Allah made. Okay, Allah made. Yeah. So thank you very much, Abu Thomas. Yeah, thank you. I see S Faraj. Thank you. Ibrahim Quran, great present. Thank you very much. We have salam. Thank you, Salis. Ali Yari says, "Can you just praise God as a way of worship? Like you want to pray, but you want to use that to praise God. In your salat, you can praise God. You have to do tasbih. You can say Alhamdulillah, Subhanallah in your salat. There's nothing wrong. So you can do in your salat whilst praising God. And in your salat, you can do dua. You do dua, invocation, you call on God. So salat is a combination of a lot of things, right? In your salat. Salat is not only isolated just for praising or something. Yeah, you do a lot of things. That's why we call it zikrullah. So the main essence of salat is zikrullah. You do zikr. So thank you also for the gift, Ali Yari. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you all, Sister Zainab. Thank you for coming. Sharif Karim, I see you. God bless you. Ibrahim Mohammed, God bless you too. All stars, yes. Happy Eid Mubarak to you. Red White, nowhere in the Quran it says that you should follow other books than the Quran, only source of your wisdom. Yeah. Balogun Olayinka, yes. Real Islam says, "Do you have Discord? Anyway, I can speak to you privately." You can take my WhatsApp number. I have a WhatsApp number. This is the WhatsApp number on the page below. That's my WhatsApp number. You see that? You take my WhatsApp number. However, I have the days I respond to messages. That is Sunday night, Monday night, and Tuesday night. That is the day normally I have time to respond to messages. But other days, randomly, I can answer message randomly. But that is my phone number. Try to reach me on WhatsApp. please, if you are reaching out to me, send an introduction first. It's either you can send a voice message or you type. I appreciate that because I have a lot of people on there. So, I try to keep up to remember, right? So thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. 2 hours is enough. I think I have to hop on to TikTok. If you want to join me on TikTok, then I'll be giving the sectarians, the Sunnis, chance to join me, right? Ibrahim, Quran only. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. God bless you. You people are surprising me a lot. I appreciate that. Right, I appreciate that. God bless you. So like I said, please, if you have a question, save it for next week or join me on TikTok to ask me. I don't want the YouTube stream to be very long. It's boring and depressing for people to watch. That is why I want to stay at the 2-hour mark. I don't want to go further. So please, if you have any question, join me on TikTok and ask. It will be a nice place to ask a question. Yeah. Thank you, Abdul Samad. Thank you all. So ladies and gentlemen, Solo Music says, okay, let me see if I can answer this. Solo Music says, is boxing haram according to the Quran? I wanted to go professional for a while, but not if it transgresses against God. What's your understanding according to Quran? Any verses? Directly, no, it doesn't say boxing is haram. Indirectly, well, you have to measure. You have to measure the options to see how dangerous boxing can be. You understand? Everything has a good side and the bad side. There's an advantage, disadvantage, there's a side effect or the bad side effect. So you have to check, you weigh the options and see. There are certain things God never said is haram directly, but indirectly we can use verses of God to analyze situations. You understand? Because God doesn't want us to cast ourselves into distraction. Yeah. So there are certain things we have to keep in check. But when God leaves something without saying haram, so this is something we have to decide for ourselves as a limit. You understand? To understand. So this is what I can say for now. So thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. This is babashuaib, the correctional officer. I'm bringing the topic to an end. I'm going on TikTok for a bit before I go. I'm not sure if I will stay longer on TikTok, but yes. Join me if you want to have fun and see how I handle the sectarians. Real Islam, I see your message. Yes, I'll check your message later. I saw you send me a message. I'll check later, inshallah. So I'm going to TikTok. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all. Alpha Music Empire. Thank you, Ibrahim Quran only. Ali Yari, Sister Hannah Banana. Thank you all for the gifts. I appreciate it. God bless you. Thank you all for the support. Let's reason together. Let's use our intelligence, the common sense God has given us to actually pay attention to the words of God and follow the deen of God, right? There are certain things when you don't understand, it doesn't mean other person is wrong. Just give it a time and then do more research before you get to understand. That's why God says, وَلَا تَخَفُ مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِعِلْمٍ. Do not pursue that of which you have no knowledge. If you don't have knowledge about something, you exercise some patience. Keep doing your research till it will resonate with you, then you can follow it, right? So just because other people are doing something and you don't agree with them doesn't mean they are disbelievers. No, unless if you can tangibly give an evidence in the Quran to show that this is wrong or this is right. That is where you have somewhere to stand. So until then, we meet again next week, which will be Q&A section, question and answer section for next week, God willing. Right? Inshallah. See you again. This is where I have to bail myself out. Peace out.